Good morning, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Oh shit, I gotta kill them. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. I know a little bit late. Uh, you're gonna have to forgive me here. I've been very exhausted and tired, and I actually was gonna take the day off, but I decided, you know what? Let's just watch and see what's going on. So I woke up, and we were 2-0 down. So I said, I need to figure out what is going on. So I decided to pull up the game and I decided to pull up the stream. And here we are. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Obviously, the performance isn't helping us at all in terms of trying to achieve said objective, but here we are. Here we are. You guys are joining me now. Thank you for joining me. We are watching the Brentford versus Manchester United game, and I'm going to keep my voice down because it is still quite early, and I don't want to disrespect my neighbors, and I don't want to, you know, especially if they're spending their weekend taking a break and getting a long sleep or a long snooze in. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing great. How do I fix this? Where am I? There we are. Boom. All right, y'all. What's going on? We already have 300 of you guys joining me. Oh my days. Oh my goodness. Well, the one thing that's cool about this game so far, from what I can see, is that the yellow socks look kind of cool. Not gonna lie to you. If you guys are feeling in just now, let me know what's been going on. Like, who's been the issue? Who's been the problem? I have not really had a chance to really get myself acquainted and caught up. TK in the chat says, I don't enjoy watching this Man United side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How was the first half? Was it that bad? This part of the chat was going on. He says, stop looking at feet. I'm not looking at no damn feet. I'm looking at calves. I did get to see Sheshko's goal, though. That I saw. Oh, there's Mbumo. There's Mbumo. Great cross. Oh. Not bad. Not bad. What's going on, Kenneth Avery in the chat? What's going on? He says Ugarte is a effing cone. Has he had a bad game? Has he had a bad game? What's going on, Katie? Good morning. She says Ben's goal is the only good part. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I didn't miss much then. Whoa, that shot is crazy. There's a Man United fan sitting on his balcony watching the game. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's the magic of the, I was going to say FA Cup. What happened with Bayern Deer? Somebody in the chat talked to me about what happened with Bayern Deer. I heard he was getting absolutely rinsed. What happened with him? Cunha encouraging Matthias de Ligt to push up there. You know, the one thing I don't like about this is Matthias de Ligt has been having a fantastic season so far down the center. To accommodate Harry Maguire, which I understand, rather than risking a young Lenny Yoro to constantly be playing, I do understand the need to find a way to shoehorn Harry Maguire into the setup. But then all of a sudden, now we're talking about shoehorning Harry Maguire, one of the more consistent, I guess, reliable players. And that's where I have a bit of an issue, because now then you're like throwing off Matthias de Ligt's rhythm, because he's building comfort and he's building that sort of experience. And oh my god, it's a beautiful ball. Here's Bruno Fernandes, whips in a low cross. I just couldn't get enough of that turn on his body to be able to change the direction. It's quite flat from Bruno, that one. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't like the idea of Delict constantly being shifted around to accommodate Harry Maguire. Now, is that necessarily Delict's fault per se? No, I don't think so at all. Is that one of those situations where it's also Lenny Yoro, somebody that I think that has all the potential to constantly start? No, I think you need to rotate here and there, but this is where, little problems contribute to an overall big problem, because if Manchester United were in any better condition, we would take the risk and we would sort of gamble and allow United to sort of play with, oh my God, Manu, what the hell was that? Oh my goodness. But like I was saying, you would normally see United being a little bit more, it's a good tackle from, oh, what? I thought you got the ball there. My goodness, the freaking referee has like a built-in, bro's got a built-in robot on his ear. Jeez. But like I was saying, this might be a very different kind of a watch-along experience for you guys, because now I'm gonna be talking as if I'm very quiet. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if Manchester United were in any better condition, then you can take the risk and play somebody like Lenny Yoro, But that's the situation we find ourselves in, and that's the problem. We can't take risks like that. And then therefore you have to drop Lenny Yoro, and then you have to bring in a Harry Maguire, who is obviously the more experienced. Oh my God. Our defending is all over the place there. Thank goodness we got. Who followed that player in? Harry Maguire, Delict. Oh, that's dangerous, because if that attacker comes in at any better angle with a little bit more balance, that's an easy goal for Brentford. Maz Barudin in the chat says, what's Luno Fernandez? What is that? TK says manager needs to make substitutions. Well, I mean, that's what it looks like. Oh my God, Brune. How's Bruno's game been as well? Because I turned on the game and he was like spilling a bit of passes here and there, and then Luke Shaw gave him a beautiful diagonal, and then he just couldn't even control it. And then he started blaming Luke. Good clearance there from Delict. LA says need Kobe Mainu on for Manu. That's what I would like to see as well. Levi Ibadi says woke up at 7:30 a.m. for this. Oh, Levi, I'm sorry to hear that. I hear you. I hear your pain. Oh God. Oh. What an opportunity from Brentford. Again, Luke Shaw. No, it wasn't Luke Shaw this one. Sorry. Oh my God. Look at our defending. Absolutely gash. That he had acres of space. What is that defending? Oh my, Hamilton says, why did I wake up for this? Maybe I should have just stayed in bed. Oh my goodness. There's no way. Absolutely no way that we just didn't concede there. We lucked out so much. The shot was relatively, I mean, it was a reaction save and a decent one too, but if that wasn't any more of a, I won't even say decent player, if that player knew that he had that much space and time, he probably didn't even believe in himself. Oh my goodness. Brentford with another corner kick. Mbeumo obviously returning to Brentford since his departure and joining Manchester United. Levi Abadi says, this is the most poorest we've played all year, to be honest. Would you all agree with that? Would you all agree with Levy's assessment? Here we go. United ready to make a double substitution. Lenny Yoro. I'm actually... I don't know. I don't even know if you guys were able to see that, but yeah, I'm Team Yoro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. Here's Diogo Dalot. He's got some space. Brentford are all over United. Cunha does very well to maintain the ball. Dalot, very nice. Cunha, too many bodies. Too many bodies and not enough help. What a great bit of football here from Brentford, but Matthias de Ligt showing strength and class. Well done, de Ligt. Rohan Kundu says de Ligt has been solid. Agreed. Vispo, thank you so much for the heart. Appreciate you on that. H. Daniel in the chat says, if we can't win against Brentford, then we're finished. Ay, yikes. This is not good. Here's Cunha. Mbumo. Nice little feint. Takes it down the byline. Puts it across, and I believe that might be a goal kick, actually. Mbumo screaming, what the F, ref? That actually looked like it was a corner. Yikes. All right, the double substitution is coming on. Harry Maguire coming off. Agreed. I think this is the perfect substitution. I actually think Lenny Yoro should be starting. And it's Kobe Mainu on for Manuel Ugarte. I think these are the right calls. Levy says need more energy. The players are running so slow. Well, maybe it is just one of those days where we just don't look like we're up for it. But that is, let's be real, it's inexcusable. Harry Maguire there just staring into the clouds like, what the hell is going on? You and me both, brother. Cubby, already a positive contribution coming into the game already. Cubby Mainu's on. Look, we're going to win. We won. We're going to win now. We're going to win now, trust me. Ayub says, is Brentford cooking this half? I don't know. I wasn't really watching the first half. So TK says, I smell a win. You and me both. Trust me, we're going to... Oh, what a beautiful ball there. What a beautiful ball there from Cunha. That's got to be a foul, surely. Yo, Dorgu's been getting hacked all game. Jordan Henderson, man, respectfully, shut up, fam. Shut up. Dorgu's been getting clipped, hacked. Okay, that might have been a little bit soft, but you get the point. Oh, Cunha with a beautiful... What's that move called again? Data says United might win. Data. United are going to win. You know, now that I'm going to be probably speaking a little bit more quietly, I'm going to probably use the soundboard a little bit more here. Oh my God, we can't even use a good free kick opportunity to our advantage because all of a sudden now it's Brentford on the break here. Luke Shaw needs to show up here. Good work from Luke. That is a throw-in for us. That's Luke showing experience. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. 65 minutes in, taking off Harry Maguire and Manuel Ugarte. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Harry Maguire and Manuel Ugarte needed to come off? I like Šeško's goal though, by the way. That was he showed up, took another chance, and then he said, you know what? I'm done with this. He just absolutely thwacked it. Vispo says, yes, Ugarte was horrible. Yikes. Was he? Oh, no. What about Dalot? How was Dalot, guys? Talk to me about Dalot. How was his game? Here's Mbumo. Great. Never mind. It was a bad cross. Data says Maguire is a clutch king. Might keep it in case. Huh? Harry Maguire was good. What is that move called? I forgot. Cunha with a beautiful damn, what's that move called? It's not a Trivela. Oh, is that Elastico? Numero uno moderator Vish in the chat. He says Dallo has probably been the worst. Oh, wow. But quietly been the worst? Oh, my goodness. Vish says Yara on because they can push the lineup and squeeze the midfield in. Well, yep, maybe that's what we're seeing. Vispo says, you know how I feel about Ugarte. I do. And I know a lot about how y'all feel about Ugarte. Rasta Stocks in the chat. What's going on? He says, bruv, I can't anymore with this manager. P45. What is P45? Here's Luke Shaw. Oh, is that the unemployment form? Dorgu. Back to Luke. Nice bit of football here from Cubby Manu and Luke Shaw. I mean, Cubby tries it. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Can Cubby get to this ball? Yes, show strength. Go on, Cubby, lad. My boy Cubby. Bruno asking for help there. This was Ugarte's been way worse than Dallo, really. Oh my god. The way you guys are having this conversation. Oh my goodness. Oh, great ball from Dallo. Here's Cunha. Oh boy. Tell me there's a pen. I told you we'd win this game. I told you. Starts off with Dallo. A great idea. And Cunha just... Oh, that might be offside, isn't it? That is a soft or not. That is a pen. He's getting booked. Come on. Nathan Collins in the books there. 72 minutes. Manchester United find ourselves with an opportunity for a penalty. Bruno Fernandes with the ball in his hand. Oh, God. What the hell's going on with me? Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Something stuck in my throat. That technically could be a red. What are they reviewing here, though? Vispo asking me if I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. Amari, thank you for following. New York Bebo, thank you so much for following as well. They are checking for a possible red card. That is absolutely a goal-scoring opportunity. What is there to check for? That is a red card. Send him off right now. Send him off right now. Send him off right now. Of course that's a red card. Absolute red card. Send him off right now. Bro's got a Star Wars gadget stuck to the side of his ear. Dude, it doesn't take a genius to know, VAR team. That is a red card. What happened? I have no idea what's going on. Are they still reviewing? Rohan Kundu says, check complete, no red. Absolute farce. Absolute farce. There's no way. You must be joking me if you think that's not a red card. That is a clear goal-scoring opportunity. That is as clear as night and day. Bro is like 3 feet in front of the god goal. Are you crazy right now? You must be absolutely joking. No red but pen? No, that should be a yes red, yes pen. It's an absolute joke. Vispo says got the third kit with Yara on the back. W? Yo, you guys gotta give me W's in the chat right now. I need some W's in the chat right now. Ron Kundu says, guess who's in VAR? Mark Clattenburg. No, I'm not. I know he's retired. Michael Oliver. Manchester United fans all praying. I'm not even worried. What's there to pray for? This is going in the back of the net. Ruben, don't stress. United fans, don't even stress. Don't even stress. I went into the future. You know what? I already know what's going to happen. This is already a 2-2. Don't even stress. Y'all don't even need to stress. I'm going to change the scoreline right now. That's how sure I am it's going in. I'm changing the scoreline right now. Easy. Don't even need to stress. Oh. That is that is not what the even the Brentford security guard is laughing at us. Ray in the chat says, what's going on, Ray? It's okay, man. Sometimes we jinx the teams we love. We move on. Don't blame that on me. Don't blame that on me. I didn't jinx nobody. I didn't jinx absolutely nobody. That's not my fault. Nick Bradford says, I have to start to get ready for my work day, and I found out I'll be solo for the 10-hour shift because my coworker is sick. It's going to be a long day. Oh, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, Nick. How you feeling, by the way? You doing all right? Ray in the chat says, I just need the game I just need this game to end so I can go back to sleep. Ray, isn't it like butt crack of dawn right now for you? Oh, Bruno. Isn't that his second pen that he's missed this year? Riley says Magnifico is fading. Sunak Jana says, I am going to cry. What is this team? I'm already crying. My boy Mace coming on. Mason Mount's ready to enter the pitch. Race has been up since 4:25 to watch the match in your live stream. Ray, you absolute leyenda. Oh my God, Bruno again. What is going on, Bruno? Oh no, oh no. Good defending. Well done, Lenny Hiro. Cunha, great work, Cunha. Wow, that pace is crazy. That's got to be a yellow card, surely. Got to be a yellow card on Schade. This referee's got a Band-Aid on his face. Y'all don't got like regular like sweat resistant tape? It's a dangerous way to foul somebody, by the way, Schade. You gotta pull him, just pull him. Not freaking go on top of his body and make him do a body roll and bend his back like that, Schade. That actually should be a red. Should be a red. Nick says, I'm bald. Grr, I feel good. I'll email you an update after my treatment on Tuesday. Yes, please do keep us posted. Luke Shaw substituted. Was that Luke Shaw for Mason Mount? Are we? Oh, is Ruben Amorim saying screw it? We're going for it. Jordan Henderson, boo, boo, gets off, Jordan, boo, boo, boo. Oh my God, boo, boo. Riley says, hopefully Mount can do what he did last time at the G-Tech. Money Mace. Money Mace. Hope so. Yo, I don't know anybody in this Brentford side except that guy that says pronounces his name like with that wicked pronunciation. Nargard. Christian Nargard. Is that guy in Brentford, by the way? Or did he move to Arsenal? Was that him? I can't even remember. I can't even remember anymore. SMB says this team is done, bro. SMB, damn it. Oh, this is some good football from Psych. Nice acrobatic header there. Oh, here we go. Money Mace already getting stuck in. And then winning us a throw in. Well done, Mace. The gym says it's still time left to turn this around. No need to pout. Absolutely. I agree. I think we're going to win this, actually, if I'm not mistaken. You know one of the main reasons why Manchester United are also struggling? I'll tell you guys right now. That I can't tell you. I don't even know anymore. I was like trying to come up with something funny. I don't even have energy to be funny. Here's the throw in. Long throw in for Diogo Jallo. Delecto. Not bad there from Delict. Long throw from Dallo. Delict tried it with an acrobatic. Oh, not a bad attempt that. Oh, man. Look at all the United fans. They're dropping the Fs and Fs and Fs. The gym says, you've got to be positive, broski. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. It's the only thing we can do. Hey, look, we got a celebrity joining us. Jason Derulo. And Bumo, nice work. Good bit of football here from United so far. Bumo and Cunha just can't seem to find the link up. Mariam says, too bad they play against 11. Should be against 10 men. Agreed. Oh, no. Delict slipped. But Lenny, great work from Lenny. Good work from Lenny. Oh, my God. Patrick Dorgu. God. Oh. Yo, more and more, Dorgu is just stressing me out, man. Oh, and that's a foul. Oh, God, I can't. That's a yellow card for Patrick Dorgu. More and more, I'm feeling less convinced by Patrick Dorgu. More and more. I know he's still a young player, but geez Louise, man. Thank goodness for Lenny Yoron. Gus says, I can't watch it. How are they playing? Don't ask me. Ray says, why wasn't Lenny starting this game? Hindsight, Brentford is fast on the counter, and those aren't the games Maguire should be in. Oh, looks like Joshua Xerxes coming on for Patrick Dorgu. Agreed. United are just throwing bodies in there. I like it. You love to see it. We're going to probably go 2 up top now. Manu Lover 37, thank you for following. Appreciate you. To answer that question, Ray, I actually was just quickly checking in on Chef and Paddock's stream. Shouts out to the Paddock lads. And Joe said that, while some people might say that we might need more pace in this game, he also said that Brentford were threatening on set pieces, and you can clearly tell they're a big team. And it makes sense. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad choice that I don't necessarily think that sacrificing pace over some sort of strength like Harry Maguire is a bad move. I'm actually thinking that it's a little bit more of a stupid thing that we keep shuffling Matthias de Ligt for Harry Maguire. That's what I'm a little bit more annoyed about. We got hella attackers now. We got mad attackers now. We got to be very careful. Lenny, y'all. Oh my God, this is an absolute ping pong poop show. Everybody's slipping and sliding. Oh my. Aliu says United Bantera is more sad than funny. Of course this is sad. If you're a rival fan and you guys are happy watching this, good for you. Joseph says we need to take Bruno off pens. Well, I mean, if he's missed 2 already this season, we actually might have to. Levy Abadi says I can't get my head off of how poor we've been today and not one good performance. Again, like I said, I didn't even have a chance to watch that first half, but I guess it must have been that bad. Oh, great work, Mbumo. I wish the flick on was a little bit lighter, but the cross comes in. With the greatest respect, if Mbumo's in those opportunities, we have to hit the crosses. Those crosses are so poor. Kelleher had no trouble whatsoever. Lenny Yoro, good defending. Here's Mason Mount as a wingback. Good defending from Mace. Great defending from Mace. Fantastic from Mace. That's got to be a foul, surely. Yes, go on, ref. Ray says Amorim did say in his press conference he's never sure which United team shows up. That I don't know if that's more of a damning verdict or damnation upon his players or a questionable thing to say as a manager. But it's obviously as United fans we're like, damn, what the hell? Why are we hearing this? Why are they hearing this? If we lose this game against Brentford, then this is bad. If we lose against Brentford here, which now it's looking more and more likely, which I don't think is going to happen because I think United are going to win, but if we do lose, then Ruben Amorim is going to be under sweaty pressure. Joseph says this will be a long weekend and everyone wins and we watch everyone play Europe midweek till next weekend. I'm not even bothered about Champions League right now. I don't even care anymore. Don't even care. I don't care. This brother Onyeka, he should be red carded already. Jeez, he's been hacking at our boys the whole game. Not that I watched the first half, but that's enough of me. Oh my God, Mbumo. Oh my God, Mbumo. Oh my God. Cannibalistic says, can we get rid of Luke Shaw? Sick of his quote-unquote potential? Oh my God, can we talk more about his potential? He's almost 30, no? 27, 28? Yo, if you think about it, Luke Shaw's been around for enough long, you know what I'm saying? David T says, at least we're down by 1. Yo, mad people are slipping in that box. Somebody put oil on that? All right. That's got to be a foul. Ray says if Amram loses and with Graham Potter being fired, I think Amram will probably be fired, even though I think he should not be fired. Well, there's a lot there. I agree. But the idea that Ruben Amram might get fired is kind of it's kind of sad. I can't lie. I don't even want to think about it. MLB Gaming in the chat, what's going on? He says, at least get us the 1 point, United, please. Facts. And Gus says, this next Sunderland game will be everything for Amram. I don't even... imagine getting battered by Sunderland. And the fact that we are thinking this way already is already very sad. But 90 minutes, 8 minutes of stoppage time. United, come on. United. We could do it. Here's Bruin. IDF says, but what can Amram do for these players? It seems that the players do not want to play aggressively. I don't know if it's not that, I don't think that they want to play aggressively. I think they're just lacking in confidence. I think that's one of the main issues with United right now. A lot of the players right now seem to be lacking in confidence. And players like Mbumo, he's still fresh with a little bit more of that like clean. Look at this crap, man. Look at this crap. Don't talk to me about strategy. I'm so sorry, but this is so trash. This is absolutely so trash. Mbumo, Dallo. Ruben Amram makes the changes everybody would want, right? Bringing on all of these attacking players, throwing all these people into the box. And then the crosses are absolutely horrific. The crosses are absolutely horrendous. I said it for the last 2 games as well. Patrick Dorgu, a wingback. We're relying on him to make these important contributions to the game because he's obviously dropping a lot of crosses on the left-hand side. Bro, those crosses have not been good. And then Mbumo, Diogo Dallo, players with a lot more experience, you expect to be a little bit more efficient, especially when we have more bodies in the box, when the crossing has to be that much more important. And then these crosses are freaking going to nowhere. And this guy with Thierry Henry's name in the back freaking beating us. Oh my God. Bravo. Let's see, another cross from Dallo. Okay, finally a decent one. Oh. The race is Cubby has done nothing since he came on. Well, he's come on having to kind of sit really deep because now we've brought on Xerxes and Mason Mount. Oh. Scuff says, if Amorim gets sacked, IMO, he shouldn't. Only manager I want is Iraola. With the greatest respect, why are we talking? Like, here's what I say. Here's what I think, right? Manchester United Football Club, the idea that we're getting reduced down to like, and I'm not, with the greatest respect, not trying to be disrespectful, but, oh God, you're Shada. Against Delict. Delict needs to stay on his feet. Oh God. Number 8 doing the most there. He probably had more time to take the shot. Ooh, bro went for it in a tight angle there. Kind of stupid, in my view. But anyway, Iraola's cool, but we need somebody that's going to be able to instill confidence into these lads. Do I think Iraola has what it takes? He could, but it doesn't really shake me that much. My man is just picking his nose hella hard. Now he's regretting it because maybe now he realizes, oh, the cameras are on me. Gus says, they've been playing like this since I've gotten to college. This means I should drop out. Oh my goodness. No, don't drop out. Don't do that. We still got time, y'all. 8 minutes. 8 minutes of stoppage time, Riley. 8 minutes. I actually thought that Kobe has had not decent, but I thought he's been involved. I thought he's been, breaking up play and, trying to connect and link up. I thought he's been more positive than not, in my view. Diab says it's not just about the strategy, it's about the players. Arteta and Klopp needed time to build their teams, and we should give Amram the same patience to develop his. Yeah, I wish too, but the way we've imploded makes it feel like time and patience is it's becoming a perspective at this point. I Dive says we need the Cubby Dagger now. Facts. Imagine Cubby Dagger, boom, finishes game. Risoku says no one can save this club when Luke Shaw's playing still in 2025. He came in 2014. Jeez Louise. Oh my God, he came the year I started content creating. Holy crap. Oh, Cubby slips. Cubby slips, and then all of a sudden, Brentford on the break. Oh God. Gus says I got a date later today. I'll focus on that. Absolutely. Dude, turn this crap off. You don't even need to focus on that. Focus. Cannibalistic says time for John to be an NYCFC streamer. No. This is no, this is different. This is oh God. Why am I even why am I even worried that I think Brentford's going to score another? That's it. Full-time whistle. Manchester United. Well, let's start with Brentford. Brentford 3. Manchester United 1. Is the writing on the wall for Ruben Amorim now? Is Manchester United again on the verge of another potentially catastrophic season? Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like it never ends. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like we just can't seem to catch a break, and I'm tired. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm pooped. I don't even know what else to say anymore. Matt Story Guy says we stayed up last year because of Ten Hag's points. Amorim hasn't shown he hasn't got the ability. The Wanderer says, is the writing on the wall? Why do you want to stick behind the serial loser? The special one says, Jimmy got out at a good time. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. That's the only song that's the only thing that's going through my mind right now. I feel like the sky literally is falling. It literally feels like that. Chris Lee in the chat says, "Yep, this is bad. We beat Chelsea, but to lose to Brentford, yeah, this inconsistency is clearly a massive issue. This isn't without a joke. This is a big problem. And no matter how much I can sit here and tell you, oh, I'm backing Ruben Amorim, or you know, we should back Ruben Amorim, you can't say that when the results are like this. You know what I mean? I do understand that at the end of the day, it is the manager that obviously the buck stops with the manager, right? But you cannot be telling me that that some of the players aren't failing him. The crossing is horrendous. Where's our new keeper? Says the special one. I think our new keepers went back to Belgium or something. I have no freaking clue. But I always said this before. Like, I don't think he was signed to be a starter, actually. I think that was the issue. Ron Kundu says, please let's not put this on Amrim. When your captain doesn't convert an important pen, your keeper can't catch a straight ball. What do you expect him to do? It's like everybody. This is the sad thing about Man United right now is that everybody seems to be underperforming. Everybody. Yismar Wong says, I'm sorry, but today I'm officially Amarim out. Risoku says 1 week effort, 100% winning the game. The next game, negative 100% effort. Plays terrible. Dr. Mixalon in the chat says, be honest with me. What does Bruno bring to the table? Brings a lot. Brings a lot. It's just, I don't know if that's being brought out now is the issue in terms of can we get the best out of him? That's my concern. Ross McPherson says he has 32 points out of 35 Premier League games played. Jeez, you guys are obviously very upset. Ray says everyone sucked today, every single one of the players. Johnson & Johnson says, by the way, Bruno was the weak link between himself and Ugarte. Very interesting. Ray says, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming back, just a feeling. I don't think he will. DB Cooper says, we can't save Ruben, guys. We just can't. I never do. Manager out, and I never will, but I can't help him either. Not happy. Not a good vibes. Dr. Mixalot says, whose job is it then to bring the best out of the players? It's the manager. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, that part I can't deny. But what I can say is that as much as Ruben Amorim might maybe be able to do things better, the players definitely should be doing better. And if you're sitting there and telling me that these crosses are acceptable, you are out of your damn mind. Because these crosses have been absolutely shocking. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'm going to just take this opportunity to get something off my chest because this song's been stuck in my head and I'm just going to sing a little bit. And it's just, yeah. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment. So overdue I owe them. Swept away I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall and face it all. Together let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all. Together at skyfall. That's all I care about. This is exactly how I feel right now. This is literally how I feel right now. This song literally is how I feel right now. I Diablo says good for Sean's dagger. Lads and lasses, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to do anymore. This is bad. This is bad. Lawrence George in the chat, thank you for the rose. He says, do you think Amarim can turn things around? I'm worried more and more. I feel like I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I'm getting scared now. Eric Canavathi says the crosses are shocking and the players have to have too much fear to penetrate the defenses. Exactly. I'm so sad. It's unreal. Ashraf Zaki says, what's next, John? Is there hope? Lawrence George says, if we maintain him, we'll be in relegation zone by November. Yo, this is not good. Yishun Depot West Coast Kia says he can if he drops Bruno. Damn. Drop Bruno. Lawrence, thank you for the roses, broski. Damn. TB Cooper says, look on the bright side, John. At least you aren't at work like me. That's all I got, brother. Oh, man, TB Cooper, I'm sorry to hear that. Shop says, chin up, bro. Eric Canavathi says it won't make any difference if any of single-minded formation manager can transform the club. Looks like a lot of people are Ruben Amorim out. Before we leave, actually, let's I'm gonna run back the Discord. I want to hear y'all and hear what y'all have to say. So I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Real Chaos says Bruno's head is inside. Oh, actually, I can't because I didn't have the. Oh shit! Never mind. I'm sorry. I can't. I might have to set up another stream for that. Oh, yikes. That's a bad move on me. Sorry, I didn't have the stream set up for that today. Damn it. We need a strong prayer for this bad luck. We need a strong prayer. Yeah. Can somebody pray for us? It don't matter whichever religion y'all believe in. I'm here for it. Because we need all the prayer we can get. The gym says wag me. Huh? Wag me? What does that mean? Meat Pie says we are cursed. No point. Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm genuine. I'm like literally, you guys know that. I mean, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know that normally I would sit here like. If you've been watching me for a while, you would know that I'm usually somebody that's more analytical, right? So I would sit here and tell you guys what I think went wrong, what I think went right, and how we can improve and all these things. But more and more over the years, it's been harder to sort of break things down. And I just feel like the emotions are just kind of like absolutely overwhelming me. And it sucks. Ulrich Jude in the chat says, John, why United so bad? More Money says, fam, I woke up at 5 a.m. for this game. I'm sick, fam. I feel so bad for you. Meat Pie says, no, we are just shit. We have no good players. Jake Pike says, bring in Big Sam. Oh, God. Oh, God. Osiro says, we are so cooked, man. More Money says, we need to get rid of the system. Do not bring in Sam. Peter says, this formation is horrible. Bachelor says, schoolboy football. Oh, God. Oh, this negativity, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Eric Canabathi says, long wait till the next game. In the meantime, we have to endure the end of the world scenarios. Oh, God. Real Chaos says, Sean Deitch. Oh, my God. Don't talk to me about Sean Deitch and Big Sam, please. Jake Pike says, turning down $90 million for Bruno in this summer's worst decision in club. Peter says, I feel like I'm watching Haram Ball. Bachelor says, I want to invite them to Jamaica to play with us on Sunday morning. Bro Toast into the chat says, that's what we need. We are facing relegation. What are we, like five games into the season now? I don't know. I don't want to sit here and say we're facing relegation, but this is obviously clearly not good. Because while the points don't really separate us that much from the top to bottom, the results are going to build up, right? These results matter. You know, these results matter. We have to figure out a way. If we're going to play, if last season we finished 15th, if we're going to improve in games like this, we need to be able to come away with a draw. You know what I mean? That's a fact. That's absolutely a fact. But if we can't even do that, then that becomes a big problem. Okay, it looks like a lot of people are very upset about Bruno Fernandes. Okay, let's start with talking about. Let's just break this down and then we'll call it a day. Let's break things down one at a time. If y'all had to pick, what was the biggest problem today? What was the biggest problem today for Manchester United? And I'm going to read out one of the a few of y'all's analysis in a little bit. But what was the biggest problem? More Money says, let's talk about Dallo. We're going to talk about Dallo. What was the biggest problem? And don't just give me a name. Like I like break it down for me a little bit. You know what I mean? Harry Maguire said it was the problem, says More Money. Tyler Allen says it was the crosses. Peter says it was the defense. I.E. Fazley in the chat says, John, last goal should not be a goal. I mean, whatever it is. I need to know what you think was the biggest issue. And break it down for me a little bit. Do you know what I mean? More Money says it was the goalkeeper. Bro Tosin said it was a poop system. Players are playing out of position. Ali X at London says we aren't taking people on and shooting. Vish says it was actually the 1v1 defending in the air at the back. So it was defending. Emmanuel says everything about us is bad. Oh, Emmanuel. Mamadou Tunkara says the players can't pass to each other. Oh, Mamadou. Akira thinks it's the chemistry. Petunia says simple. The formation. They choked to the midfield and stopped us from controlling the game. Nathan Papadimitriou says we really don't know how to take on players. It's sad to watch. I Am Titanium actually says something that I haven't read so far. He says we have too many weak players with weak mentality. That's the problem. Eric Canabathi says gaps on both left and right wing and center midfield needs to be worked on and get Lamas to be number one goalkeeper. You need leaders on the pitch. I felt like there was plenty of leaders on the pitch today. The gym says, honestly, player quality, bad decision making, goalkeeper. Huh? Getting better, but we shouldn't have saved the second goal. Maguire should have been more focused for the first game. Gerardo Lopez says, "Is it time, John?" I'm actually thinking about it now as y'all are dropping in the comments. I'm like really thinking about what to say, how I feel, but I want to hear y'all's opinions on the situation first. So I'm asking you guys what you guys think was the biggest problem. And it looks like a lot of you guys are saying that it was actually a defending issue, it was a personnel issue. Callum says manager is too stubborn and doesn't play the right plays at the right time in the right way. Wow, there's a lot of rights there. Not right, rather. So from what I'm getting from all of y'all's breakdown of the game, it feels to me like a lot of you guys are very upset about the defending, and a lot of you guys are very upset about the manager and his stubbornness and his unwillingness to change things. I think a lot of what we've been seeing so far from Manchester United, from me, is that I feel like we've been relying on too much of this individual elements, right? And I think a lot of what Manchester United needed was more of a systematic balance and a more calm approach to the game. But when you're looking at, and this is what I think is, when you're looking at somebody like a Bruno Fernandes, who obviously we've been heavily relying upon for a very, very long time, when he's not on his game, we look absolutely disgusting. That is a fact. Whether you guys like Bruno Fernandes or not, Bruno Fernandes makes this team look like a 4 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10 when Bruno is on it. That's how important Bruno Fernandes has been. It's been that same way for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was the same way for Erik ten Hag. It was the same way for Ruben Amorim. It has always been that way. When Bruno Fernandes starts playing poor, it has been the exact equation. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lost his job when Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford started looking absolutely awful. Once those players started looking like they had no idea what the hell was going on, then he lost his job. When Bruno Fernandes started looking bad, and when Casemiro started looking bad, and when Marcus Rashford wasn't even involved, Erik ten Hag lost his job. This team has been papering over the cracks with the quality that is somebody like his Bruno Fernandes. And when he doesn't turn up, whether that be because of the team or the system or just he himself just not on it, whatever the reason is, then this team gets exposed. That's just my take. I literally realized that this whole time I had the freaking United versus Chelsea. I'm such a... Anyways. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I mean by that? It is literally the clearest indicator that United are in big trouble when Manchester United cannot rely on Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes isn't dragging this team up along. Like if without Bruno Fernandes, we just look so bad. And that speaks volumes as to the problems, right? And I think, and let's be real, I think United did a lot to address that issue, right? We brought in Mbeumo, we brought in Cunha, two players that clearly have experience and have proven themselves in the Premier League. So if we spent the money, we've brought these players in, and we're still looking like we're lost, then I think the manager needs to do a little bit more in terms of trying to figure out a way to make things a little bit more, how shall I say, chop and change. He's got to try shit. He's got to try shit. He has to. He has to. H. Daniel says start playing Kobe Mainu and Bruno. He's got to try something. If Bruno Fernandes looks so out of it, he's because he looks either uncomfortable in the position or we're just not getting the best out of him. I don't know what it is, but he has to try something else. You know, and yeah, I even said it myself. We might not see exactly how the shape looks on the pitch. On personnel paper, it looks like, you know, we're playing with a back four and all this crap, but I don't care in that sense. Because what I'm seeing is 3 at the back with 3 center backs and 2 wing backs that we clearly cannot rely upon. That is my biggest concern. I don't have the most elite ball knowledge. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't have elite ball knowledge, but what I can see is that Ruben Amram's 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, 3-4-2-1. Ruben Amram's system depends on serious wingbacks because the whips and the crosses need to be there. The passes need to be there. And if your wingbacks are, with the greatest respect, Diogo Dalot and Patrick Dorgu, it's not going to work. We brought in Joshua Zirkzee and Benjamin Šeško towards the end. For 10 minutes, we put in 2 crosses and they both stunk. And I'm gonna be honest with you. One of those crosses was a Brian Mbeumo, who obviously should be doing better there, right? But 2 games before, the game before that, Patrick Dorgu, he was making good runs and he was like getting involved. But when it came to what mattered the most, which was crosses, his crosses was not there. We are not threatening our opposition with what we're trying to use as our primary weapon. Y'all played RPG games. I know some of y'all played Final Fantasy. I know some of y'all played World of Warcraft. I know y'all played enough to know. If your primary weapon is an absolute stinker of an item, you ain't dropping no damage. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing. And then if we're constantly being reductive by playing with this setup, then you're obviously making your team play a losing game. And that's what I'm concerned about. More Money says, which wingbacks would be good for us, you think, brother? I want your thoughts. We don't have the right wingbacks to play in this team. That's my problem, More Money. We don't have that. So I don't care if Harry Maguire and Ruben Amram tells me that we're playing with a back 4. Oh, we're actually playing with 4 at the back. I don't care, with the greatest respect, because right now we just can't play with wingbacks. You know what I mean? Because if you rely on these players to bomb up and down and then you get to the final third and you rely on them to put in a cross or something, you're losing the... There's a Korean word called hudum. It's a hudum. It's used to describe the ebb and flow. Hudum. The ebb and flow of water. Hudum. Hudum is kind of like hudum. The flow of water, it's sort of used to describe. There's absolutely no ebb and flow in this team. There's no flow at all. And when you're a team that played together for so long and there's no ebb and flow at all, because your wingbacks, the water's going this way, and then the other water's going this way, and then it literally just becomes a pile of just water that's splashing. We're not creating a wave. We all need to be pushing in the same direction. My man with the Chinese characters says, I think the players are fighting the system. Bruno, Shaw, and Cunha are examples. Kyle Kalakota says, John entering his Bruce Lee phase. Bro, what is Man U doing to him? That's my concern. That's my concern. My biggest concern is him relying on wingbacks. If I'm him, I'm dropping this wingback setup. I don't care. I don't care. Put less emphasis on your wingbacks, is my view. We can't make our wingbacks look like main characters. That's not how it works. Ali London says, every other team looking fitter and better stamina. You know, Ali, I'm going to be honest with you. Man United players, I think they've worked hard on their fitness. I do believe that. But you have to understand that also, and you might not agree with me, but confidence plays a huge part in that. If you're a team that looks completely devoid of confidence, then you're sitting there looking like a headless chicken, and then all of a sudden you look weaker. It's just the reality of the truth. Sir Alex Ferguson, why was he so incredible? He was able to instill confidence into his players. He was able to instill belief. He could play an Alexander Butner. He could play these kinds of players and still get results. He could play Fabio and Park Ji-sung in midfield. He could play 8 defenders and still beat teams in the Champions League. It's because he was able to instill belief into the players. And that takes a long time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of belief and all the stuff and years of being able to build that kind of level to have that superpower like Sir Alex to instill belief. But you can't instill belief into your players if you're not winning. And look, I'm not going to sit here and blindly defend Ruben Amorim as much as I want him to succeed, because you're right. You're absolutely right. If we're not going to win games, then you're not going to get the best out of your players. Then how are you going to instill belief, and how are you going to instill confidence? How are you going to help your team build confidence? That's no matter how much I want to believe that's wrong, I can't, because that's the truth. Young Simba says, even if we get Baleba, the team still won't change. Yeah, they won't. They absolutely won't. Because do I think this team is a 15th place team? Absolutely not. I didn't even think that last season. We were at least a top 10 team quality-wise at best. At worst. We make ourselves look bad, and that's my concern. That's my scared problem. And Jay Jung in the chat, he says, Gunner here, what's going on? Arsenal fan, he says, how many more matches do you give Amorim realistically? I told you guys, look, I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna hide from y'all. I literally told y'all in the beginning of the game, in the season, I'm giving him 10. I'm giving him 10 games, right? I told you guys that, right? But it's getting harder and harder to say that, because the way that we're losing is not like we're losing by tiny margins. Like the latest report, I think like 2 weeks ago, one of the reports was that, like, you know, the leadership believes that Manchester United are losing by fine margins. This is not losing by fine margins. It's not. I'm not even talking about from the goal tally perspective. I'm talking about belief. I'm talking about confidence. I'm talking about quality of football. We're not losing by fine margins on those levels. I'm being real. Nia Galaxen says, change your name to Bad Vibes John until we're back. I've been for a long time, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. For a while, I've been thinking about getting rid of the Good Vibes tag, because it's not because of this, but because people come into this channel and people come into our platform and community upset at me about the fact that they think that I'm just being good vibes for the sake of being good vibes. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I don't do that. If I feel like something needs to be addressed, I speak from the heart. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't need to sit. I realize, like, I don't need to sit here and just be tanking negativity. Like, I don't need that. And I was like, yo, and then I thought I thought to myself, like, do I bring that on myself because of my name? You know what I mean? But anyways, that's a conversation for a different day. You know? Emilio Donga says, I think we now got to change that formation. It's so easy to penetrate now. Bro, we've been saying that for a while. But that it's not going to change. And I think the writing is on the wall for Ruben Amorim if that's what he continues to say. Like, I need to let's see some of the quotes. I want to see what Ruben Amorim must have said today. Let's see. Is there any quotes from Ruben Amorim today? Well, like, I need to understand if he said anything. Since Ruben Amorim's first match in charge in November of 2024, no team has conceded the first goal in more Premier League matches than Manchester United. 17 losses and 32 Premier. 32 points from a possible 99. Oh my God. I guess he hasn't said anything yet. Like, there's no I guess he hasn't said anything. Everybody's saying bring Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back. Oh my god. This is bad. Do I think that okay, well let me okay, so well let me just before we leave, I want to talk about Bruno Fernandes' penalty. Do you think that the penalty would have changed the situation? Do you think that if the Bruno Fernandes buried that penalty in and we went 2-2, do you think we would have won? That I want to hear from you guys. Tell me in the chat right now. Do you think Bruno Fernandes burying that penalty would have changed the game? Nicholas says yes. Akiru says all day, bro. Young Simba says yes, the penalty could have. Katie says yes. Nathan Brown says yes. Gerardo Lopez says no. Vish says he's speaking now. Okay, cool. Vish, if you keep me posted, if the quotes start dropping on Twitter, please. Thank you. LA says yes, 100%. They also should have gotten a red. Yeah, absolutely. Young Simba says absolutely. More Money says we got robbed. Ali London says yes, it might have sparked some good football. The Gym says I think so. Shane L says yes, he needed the confidence boost. He wasn't there. Praveen says at least there would have been potential for momentum. Cows and Goats says no, just prolong the inevitable downfall of another. Damn. Oh, okay, Katie. Amber is now talking to TNT. Okay, cool. I'll keep an eye out for his quotes, and then we'll wrap up the show. Here's what I think, right? And here's what I think on the penalty situation. Here's what I think. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes definitely would have been able to score the goal. I think Bruno Fernandes would have been able to turn the game around had he scored that penalty. 100%. 100%. My point is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, nothing would have suggested to us that we were going to play, like we were going to be able to score, come up with something, right? And that's my point. Even if Bruno Fernandes misses the penalty, we need to still have a little bit more of that confidence to be able to say, hey, we can bring the game back. That penalty actually made us look even worse. We started turning down because it looked like it kind of slapped Brentford awake a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Ayman says, I'm tired of us losing winnable games, but I wish Bruno would change the penalty style. I mean, now I actually might think that Bruno Fernandes might be taking off penalties. Young Simba says, we can't wake up at 7 a.m. in the U.S. to watch this team play. Broski, I woke up at 6 and I was like rolling around in bed, like struggling to get out. Some of us, including Ray, he probably went back to bed. They woke up at 4 a.m. for this crap. Save My Soul says, so exhausted watching the game today. Broski, you and me both, brother. Balaraj says, thank God I don't waste my time watching this shit. More Money says, 5 a.m. Damn. The Mustard says, 2 more, then he's sacked. 2 more. Isn't it Sunderland and then Liverpool? You telling me Liverpool's going to sack Amorim? $3 a.m. Oh my goodness. You guys are... I feel so bad for you guys. More Money says, yeah, another 7. Just like Mourinho. Don't talk about Liverpool sacking us again. Vish with the legendary Vish giving us some of the quotes from Amram. He says, yeah, quote, we're confused. We missed out in 1v1 set pieces, first ball, second balls, just everything in the critical moments we lost out on. Yeah, that's exactly that's exactly what happened. And Joe Casino says, can't be that bad. Imagine having to live in Australia, having to listen to their crappy game of, oh my goodness. LA says, also, why don't we let them make subs before the pen? That's ridiculous. I have no idea. Good question. Rahul says, John, I'm tired. You and me both. You and me both. Praveen says, Amram spitting facts like Perd Hapley. Who's Perd Hapley from Parks and Rec? Who's Perd again? Oh. I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know. Losing at Brentford is yeah, this is bad. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go make my post-match review, and then we'll be back. For those of you guys that are interested, I'm gonna be doing like just a fun little stream later on in the evening. It's also gonna be kind of like quiet vibes like this because it's gonna be late in the evening. I want to watch Sonny play for LAFC and watch my boy Chung Sang Bin play for St. Louis. I'm gonna try some different shit. I'm gonna watch an MLS game, kind of crazy, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I want to do more to support football here in my own country, so we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Praveen says Brentford had gas drink water. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support as always. Yeah, so if you guys want to come join me tonight, come join me here on youtube.com/@goodvibesjohn, twitch.com/@goodvibesjohn, Facebook, all the good places, all that stuff. I'll be here. But yeah, hope you guys all have a great day. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the super. Appreciate you, Jim. He says, Ten Hag out. Seriously, though, I'm lost as anyone. Amram needs to adapt, keep the faith. Thank you for that, Jim. I guess we can end on that. Thank you guys so much. Vicious, like the stream, hit that notification, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to enjoy the weekend. Go for a walk. Enjoy the sun. Hype yourself in whatever you do on this fine day. Vish, you took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you so much, guys. Son of Gondor. Thank you for joining us. We're wrapping up here, guys. Appreciate all of you guys for checking in. We'll be back more. And I think once a little bit more this marinates, I'll probably be posting more videos on trying to break this down and see how I genuinely feel about this. Is it over for Amram? Does he have more time? I'll let you guys know with the upcoming videos. But that's it for me. Thank you guys. Be happy, be healthy, take care of all your loved ones. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.